story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Good morning from the office. It's Fetch Fun Friday. Fetch Fun Friday here. I'm your host, BKP. Yesterday, we did something new. We went up to the shops of Sycamore and Blue Ridge. We did an outdoor broadcast. It went well. We had just a little glitch there at 8:30. We tried to make the computer do something it didn't want to do. So we know what happened, so we can repair that for the next time we want to go out and do a road broadcast. But we really enjoyed that being up in Blue Ridge. It's good to be back here on Fetch Fun Friday right here in the FYN headquarters. I'm your host, BKP. Folks, we have an action-packed, we just have more talent than I know what to do with this morning. I mean, there's so much talent coming in here. And Lonnie, I'm not just talking about myself here. We have Carla's Corner at 8:30. Carla will be here at 8:30. Carla will be talking about the taste of LJ. I'm for sure Lonnie can tell us a little bit about the taste of LJ. For sure that can happen. Also, we're going to have Oscar Poole. Colonel Oscar Poole is going to be here at 9. He's going to tell us a little bit about his road trip to Texas, Colonel Oscar Poole. And then at 9:30, we're going to have George and Oscar are going to be here. I have no idea what Lonnie is doing, folks, if you only knew. Okay, he just threw up a hand and waved to me. All right, now it's not bragging if you can do it. Pay attention to that. It's not bragging if you can do it. Dizzy Dean said that. Remember, Dizzy Dean said, it ain't bragging if you can do it. All right, so I'll explain what that means. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? I'm going to explain that one to you. And also, folks, the Apple Dumpling Gang up there in Blue Ridge, I have switched over. They were the Fannin Cartel, but they're such a bunch of bumblers. I'm changing it to the Apple Dumpling Gang for a couple days here. I went up yesterday, just want you to know, because as I say that, joking around a little bit, I went up yesterday to the election headquarters and started my open records request for all their campaign finance information. We're going to go through all their campaign finance. We're not going to stop. We're going to look into that. We're going to look a little closer at the Apple Dumpling Gang up there in Blue Ridge. Now, Barack Obama, the president, is on his Complete the Destruction of America tour. On Memorial Day, folks, on Memorial Day, where you and I are proud to be an American. Memorial Day weekend, folks. He is going out on his 8th year apologizing for America. I'll explain in a minute. I mean, he is on his I will not stop till I destroy America tour. Now, are you smarter than a 5th grader? I have to tell you, this is a very enjoyable video. I enjoy it. I just really do. Take a look at all of the people that your host. Now, wait, let me set this up, Lonnie. Take a look at a video of all of the people that get paid the big money, all of them, that your host right here. I was always afraid. I would see that show Jeff Foxworthy had, Lonnie, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Mm-hmm. And I was actually afraid, like, I don't want to go on that. I mean, I'm a little nervous, But the following group of people could not beat your host on Jeopardy, okay? I actually could probably do, it just feels so good to be smarter than every one of them, Lonnie. I mean, really, it's bragging, but Dizzy Dean said, it ain't bragging if you can do it. Play that video, Lonnie. Try to get that. We're, trying to work it out technically. Turn it up. Play it. Go.
I'll leave it to you to speculate on how this whole race is going to go.
Well, I don't think it's likely that Donald Trump will be the nominee.
He is not going to be the nominee.
But he's not going to be the nominee, Chuck.
Donald Trump, who is not going to be the nominee.
Donald Trump is not going to be the Republican nominee.
Donald Trump is not getting to 1237.
He might get to 1,237. Realistically, I wouldn't bet $1 on it.
He might be leading the Republican ticket next. I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on.
Donald Trump has reached the number of delegates
needed to clinch the Republican nomination
for president.
I'm so honored.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
I'm smarter than the fifth grader. I'm telling you, folks. I'm telling you, that has made my day. Because I have been criticized by the Ted Cruz supporters that I love. I love these people, but I've been criticized. I have been told for months on end that Donald Trump would not be the nominee. Hewitt, I like to call him Who is it? Who is it? Hewitt said he wouldn't bet $1. Look at the list of people that guaranteed you Donald Trump would not be the nominee, the Republican nominee for president of the United States. But folks, I told you from day one. Day one. I knew the minute he came down the escalator. When this guy came down the escalator, okay, and he stood in front of that podium, and he said what he said, I said, oh no. Somehow, Donald Trump has connected to the people. We the people. Now, this guy is worth $10 billion, but he is connected to we the people. There's no stopping this. The only thing that can stop Donald Trump would be Donald Trump. Every Sunday, the morning shows. Well, do you think what Donald Trump said this week will be the end all for him? Will it stop him? No. This is a guy that said Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas. Even Charles Krauthammer said the other night, this is when you really have to like the guy because he doesn't go for political correctness. And he says Pocahontas. And Charles Krauthammer had this smile, this big. It was great. Pocahontas out there. Lion Hillary. Little Marco. Crooked Hillary. No, Lion Ted. Crooked Hillary. You love it. Now, folks, I cannot spend all morning, but don't you think I would not love to sit here for 2 hours and say, it ain't bragging if you can do it. Dizzy Dean said that. BKP's telling you this morning. I'm not bragging. Not bragging, Lonnie. I'm not bragging this morning. I'm not bragging. But I knew, and Mitt Romney didn't. I'm not bragging, but Hewitt, that is going to claim to be this great big talk show host today, I'm not bragging. That's right. Last night, now let me show you why. This guy's $10 billion. Well, Mitt Romney says something bad is hiding in those tax returns. Something bad he does not want us to see. All right, I'm going to say it. Donald, quit lying. You're not worth $10 billion. You're worth 7. Really? Okay, so 7. All right. So here's this billionaire, okay, on his multi-million-dollar jet. And what is his celebration meal? Put that picture up, Line. You got that picture? Tell me when you got that up. Yeah. This is the celebration meal. He's having a Big Mac, some fries, a Diet Coke. But Donald Trump, here's why he's winning, because he said he never seen a skinny person drink Diet Coke. I swear to God, I drank Diet Coke for years, and I'm not exactly skinny, all right? And I drank Diet Coke for years, Lonnie, and I would say just for the taste of it. I would say, just for the taste of it. All right?
Lies and deceit.
I'm serious. The guy had, go ahead and take it off. He's on the plane. He's on the plane, right? And he's leaving where else? U.S. elections. Trump wins enough delegates for Republican nomination. The United States, the U.S. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has reached the number of delegates needed to secure the party's presidential nomination. In North Dakota on Thursday, he thanked 15 unbound delegates from the state who he said got us over the top. Now listen, Suzanne Martinez, I think it's a name out in New Mexico, the governor. You know, I know she said she couldn't be bullied, but you know, Donald Trump is not bullying you people. Get out there and get on board with Donald Trump. When you hear he's flying into a neighborhood near you, and he will be in your city, get your motorcade, your little governor motorcade, get your little self in there and get down there and say, the next president of the United States, Donald Trump. Don't stand back and ignore him. Don't say, well, I'm the governor and I'm not going. You know why? Let me tell you something. I'm not going to get sidetracked here, but I have about had it with you half-hearted governors, you half-hearted senators, representatives, waiting for an official phone call. Have you got the phone call? No. Have you got the phone call? No, I haven't got the phone call. Well, how do you feel? I really feel I want to support Donald Trump. Well, say you want to. I haven't got the phone call. Well, what do you mean? Well, I can't go out there and stand on the stage and say I support him until I get the phone call. Folks, quit waiting for some great phone call from Paul Ryan. Quit waiting for some great phone call from somebody saying, you have the green light now. Stand on the stage with Donald Trump. Listen to the American people. Well, it's not the American people. That is just the Republican, party. It's not the Democrat. Listen to the American people, folks. The American people, because all the testing that they're doing is going through the roof. Donald Trump is going through the roof with independents. Independents in this country win the election. Every time they do one of those charts, those live charts on comments, the independents go straight up with Donald Trump. They nosedive with Hillary. So get on board with the American people, governors, House of Representatives, senators, state representatives. Get on board with the nominee. Yes, I am smarter than a fifth grader, Lonnie. Let's move on past that. Or maybe I should just stay on that for a minute because that's pretty good. That is pretty good, Lonnie, if I say so myself. Right? You like it, Lonnie? Come on, Lonnie. Are you telling me I'm right?
Oh, sorry. I'm allergic to...
Huh? What? Tell him. A minute, Lonnie. A minute. You have sit here every day since Donald Trump announced his nomination. Who was right, Lonnie? I don't care how bad it pains you. Tell the people who was right, Lonnie.
George.
Yeah, okay. Don't do that, Lonnie. I'm having a lot of fun today. You know what, Lonnie?
Trumper's right.
You know it. I know it. And the American people know.
Trumper's right. He's the one that said he'd win.
It ain't bragging. Lonnie. It ain't bragging. Now, the president is on his I must finish off America tour. Obama is at Hiroshima. And once again, he takes on religion. Yeah. Once again, he takes on religion. I mean, you just can't, you can't, I mean, what the heck, daylights, he takes on religion. This is what Obama says as he's given his anti-war address in Hiroshima, highlighting humanity's core contradiction of war. This is what your president says. How easily we learn to justify violence in the name of some higher cause. Really? I mean, my God, and you're concerned with Donald Trump. Wait, let me get back to something. Yesterday, I didn't get a chance to tell you because I was up there in the beautiful downtown Blue Ridge and I was wearing a nice jacket and I was being all nice and everything and friendly, and it's good to be back home. So let me tell you something that I was just steaming yesterday to want to do. The president comes out and reported to the American people that Donald Trump has world leaders rattled. They're rattled. Thank you, Donald Trump. World leaders, you need to be rattled. You need to be rattled at the thought of Donald Trump being president of the United States and the American people behind him. You need to be rattled. Thank you. Oh, world leaders are rattled with just the thought that Donald Trump could be president. That's right. That's exactly right. They're rattled. That's a good thing. Donald said it yesterday. Because let me tell you what rattled to the president doesn't understand. President doesn't understand being respected by world leaders. Doesn't understand it. Doesn't know anything about it. He thinks if he goes and he bows to the prince, if he bows to the prince, if he goes like this to the Chinese president, this is what this guy thinks, okay? He gets on one knee. Whatever, okay? They're rattled. Obama doesn't understand what rattled means. Let me tell you what comes right after rattled. Respect. Right after you've been rattled, it's respect. That's right. Rattled equals respect. So world leaders are rattled that Donald Trump can be president of the United States. How easily we learn to justify violence in the name of some higher cause, he said. Every great religion promises a pathway to love and peace and righteousness. He says he's a Christian. No, not every great religion offers a promise, a pathway to love, peace, and righteousness. No, they don't. I have to break it to you this morning. It's not hate from Christianity, but Muslim religion, the Islamic faith, does not offer a pathway to love, peace, and righteousness. They blow damn airliners out of the sky. What the hell is wrong with you? How you doing, Lonnie? Are you paying attention? And yet, no religion has been spared from believers that have claimed their faith has a license to kill. Let me tell you something, Mr. President. Don't put my faith in the list of the others that you claim. Don't put my faith in the list of the great religions. But I'm really worked up this morning. I'm a live and let live guy. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do with Saturday. Let me tell you what I do. I sit on the side porch. I get this computer. I read. I love to read. Smoke a cheap cigar. That's me. I don't care what you're doing on Saturday. It's America. You have the freedom. Go do what you want. Hike in the woods. Hike with your boyfriend. Hike with your girlfriend. If you're a girl, hike with your girlfriend. If you're a boy, hike with your boyfriend. I don't care. Because that's who we are. We're free. Free to do whatever you want tomorrow. But when you start mixing my religion and saying it's amongst the great religions, no way. It's not amongst any great religion. My religion's it. Bingo, it's it. And yet, no religion has been spared from believers that have claimed their faith has the license to kill. I cannot go on. Now, let me move here and let's talk about Memorial Day. Now, the President of the United States will make comments concerning Memorial Day. He will make an effort to make you, the American people, think that he loves this country. He will make an effort to make you, the American people, think that he cares about the men and women that have give their life for our freedom. He will make you think that he cares about that. But the reality is he always goes on foreign soil and tells people how no good we are because we have fought battles. Because, the men and women in World War I and World War II and the Civil War and one thing after another have only fought battles because that religion has given them a license to kill. You know what? I stood, Mr. President, in a man's living room not 3 weeks ago. Let me tell you something. I stood in this man's living room 3 weeks ago, and I watched him get his Bronze Star, a Vietnam veteran, and I watched him get his Purple Heart. And I was as close 10 feet away from this man when tears came to his eyes. It said the real heroes are the two men that he left behind that day when he was giving his little speech. I was standing there. You know what? When I walked in that living room and there was about 25 Vietnam veterans, I always get an impression, this is just the way I'm wired, folks, and I looked around the room, And my thought was, I just walked into freedom. I looked around the room 3 weeks ago. I walked in, there was about 25 Vietnam vets. And there was this gentleman standing there that was waiting for the Congressman Doug Collins to present him with his Purple Heart and present him with his Bronze Star. And I looked around that room, and they were great Americans. They didn't just say it for a TV plug. Great American. They were great Americans. I looked around that room. Grandchildren, husbands, wives, veterans, children, grandchildren. And I said, oh my God, I just walked right into freedom. Memorial Day. Now, we have many of fallen heroes. Memorial Day, folks. Maybe your mom even, maybe your dad, your aunt, uncle, your grandfather, your son, maybe your daughter. Memorial Day is a federal holiday in the United States for remembering the people who died while serving in this country's armed forces. We believe, and I'm okay with it, folks, I'm not upset about it, but we think Memorial Day is the first 3-day weekend. You know what? It's not, folks. It's not the first 3-day weekend that ushers in summer. It is not exactly the day to get out to grill. It is not exactly the day to have all the boats rushing to the lake and set your campers up. Now, I'm okay. If you're setting up your camper this weekend to go camping, fine. If you're setting up the boat for the lake this summer, fine. I understand that. You got family, kids, you're going to take the 3-day camping trip, fine. The cookout, go to the park, go hiking, fine. But that's not what it is, folks. It's Memorial Day. Memorial Day originated as Decoration Day. Now, there's so many. But you know, Mr. President, I got this young man's dog tags on my dresser. And every Memorial Day weekend, all throughout the year, I get messages from these people. I get messages from the mom and dad, okay? I get, hello, how are you? This lady sends me messages, says she's praying for me. And she loves me. She loves me. But they're the ones that gave up something. Lonnie, put that picture up. Now, to many of you this morning that may not know him, this young man's Noah Harris. Noah Harris lost his life in Iraq. Mr. President, I wish you could look at this picture. I wish you could see the emails and the text messages or the post on Facebook to where Lucy Harris will tell me every once in a while just how clear blue sky she loves me. I wish you could see, Mr. President, this young man's mom and dad that had the brightest future. I can't even go into it. We don't have time. I'm going to go Memorial Day down here to the park, Memorial Day Park, Veterans Park, right down here in LJ on Highway 5. I'm going to go down here. And you know what? Lucy Harris is going to come up and hug me. And Rick Harris is going to come up and hug me. And they're going to thank me. I'm like, for what? And they're going to say, just keep on going out there. And they're going to tell me they love me. That's who they are. That's what they gave to this country. They gave their son. You see, Mr. President, some gave all. Some gave all. Now, I'm not going to criticize you being at Hiroshima. I'm not going to criticize you being on a foreign trip. But this continued attack on Christianity, this continued attack on our men and women, our veterans that gave their life for my freedom to come to you this morning. The only thing I can say is thank God it's coming close to an end. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I want to say something before I go to break, and we have Carla's Corner. I have to go at 11 o'clock and be at my dear friend John Mullenix's funeral. And you know, Lonnie could tell you, we called John Mullenix our field tech rep. John was our field tech rep. John would send Lonnie a message telling Lonnie to turn my mic off. John would send Lonnie a message begging Lonnie to tell me to stop singing. Please have him stop singing. No more. John would send Lonnie a message telling him if one of our commercials was not playing correctly. He would send Lonnie a message saying if George's audio was a little low. But you know, I sat with John's mom last night. We sat on the bench for about 30 minutes there at the funeral home. Miss Monologue and I did. And she said the only thing she could figure is God needed a computer man. So he called on Johnny. So she called him Johnny. John worked on computers, programmed computers, networks. Pretty brilliant guy, actually. A dear friend. So we're going to miss you, John Mullinex. And we want you to do us a favor. Send us a message to tell us when the volume's low. Send me a message and tell me when you like the monologue. Send me a message and tell me when you don't like the monologue, because that's what you would do. We love you, John. I'm going to be at the funeral at 11. We have Carla's Corner this morning. It's great weekend, exciting weekend. It is Memorial Day weekend. We're going to have a big celebration with our great friend Sandy Lyons down at Memorial Park, down here on Highway 5. We will give you the information this morning on the morning report. It will be on FetcherNews.com on the Memorial Day celebration down here. That will be Monday down there. You don't want to miss that. We want you to have a great weekend. We're not going to be here Monday and broadcast. We're going to put up a show. We're going to put a couple of clips up for a show. You will be able to click on here Monday, and there will be something playing. But we're going to have something playing Monday. We will not be back to Tuesday. And folks, you better get ready because the party's over. Come Tuesday, we got to get back to work. We got to get on campaign finance reform. We got to get on some disclosure stuff. We got to dig into these election results, and we have to get on board with Donald Trump. Tuesday, I'm going to do a special segment to Ted Cruz supporters. You have between now, the holiday, didn't want to do it, getting back. Tuesday, I will talk directly to Ted Cruz supporters. Tuesday. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Carla is coming up next. It is Fetch Fun Friday, whether you believe it or not. Colonel Oscar Poole is back from Texas. He's going to come in here and tell us, he's going to tell us how Colonel Poole and General Edna, we always know the lovely Edna Poole is the general in that family. So he's going to tell us about his trip out to Texas to go see his granddaughter graduate and much, much more. I'm your host, BKP. Lonnie, take us to break.